That's gonna be the
Here
title.
we are. We're back. The Bills faithful. I got Jameson over here. I got Tone over here.
There we
Hey, I don't know
go.
what number podcast this is, guys, but it might be like, are we in the 20s now? Like this is kind of getting.
I think
We'll
close.
I
I
check.
think
think
We
close
gotta
to
close,
be.
right?
20.
I mean, look at
We
us.
gotta
Yeah.
be close.
Plus, we have a lost episode or two, but
We
we
have a
won't
couple
talk about
lost. We
that.
gotta we gotta bring out the lost episodes. Well, welcome everybody. This is our podcast. We'd love for you to subscribe if you could. Tell your friends about it, and maybe we'll get some. You know what I'd like to do, guys? Before we start, I'd like to get some callers to call
Oh,
in,
yeah.
and we'll get
You guys
them.
want to know which episode it is? I
What
got it.
episode is it, James? Tell us.
Number 15. Number 15.
Hey, the
today.
1-5.
The
All
1-5.
right. Let's go.
That's good. I was
Little
thinking. I
milestone.
thought
There
maybe
we
we
go.
were close to 20s. That's good. Yeah. All right. So
I can
anyway,
have my
we
son
are.
call. He has a phone now. I can have him
Yes,
call.
that's
and
right.
Be a plant. I'm Bill from Maine.
Yeah.
What on? Sorry.
I
So
feel like
we
with all the
have,
interviews Joe Brady's doing, he might just show up on here too.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, Brady's on the line. Just gonna say
Yeah.
Are you available?
he's on the tour.
Can you imagine? That'd be awesome. We've got a lot of new coaches, guys, and we want to start off our podcast with that tonight. A lot of new names. I'm not gonna read them all, but basically, I was just telling Jane before you got on, Tone, was there are 8 new coaches hired, with Joe Brady being the top. We have a new offensive coordinator, a new defensive coordinator. We have a special teams coach, an offensive line coach, an inside linebacker coach, a cornerback coach, and just recently a wide receiver coach from Arizona. So, guys, first off, how do you think Joe's doing so far? First couple weeks, getting things in. I looked this up, youngest coach in the NFL right now at 36 years old. His
Wow.
wide receiver coach is 39. Jim Leonard's like 40 something. So we've got a younger squad. I'm curious your thoughts of coaching so far. Tone, you want to go first?
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll start with my reaction to the hire because I don't think we talked about that.
Yeah.
I think we talked about McDermott firing and what we thought about that from press conference with Pagula. So let's not go back to that.
Oh God.
Wow. Let's steer clear.
Go back to the last episode if you want.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah. Go watch that one. So I was surprised. I didn't think Brady would be the hire. I don't know about you guys. I was very surprised. It wasn't like blew me out of the water surprise, but I thought based on the press conference, the whole thing was we need a new direction. We hit a wall with what we had, and we need a new direction. That screamed to me, okay, outside hire, new systems, etc. But I guess, when I really thought about it, I'm not overly surprised because Bean kind of stood on how good our offense was, how high it was rated. I think he's pretty happy with where we're at offense-wise, which, we did have a good offense. We had a really good offense the last couple of years, so can't really disagree with that stat-wise, I guess. I think overall it was kind of a safe hire in my mind. I think I would have liked to see them, I get like waiting for Kubiak was that's a risk. He could kind of Darius slay us, right? And you're like, I don't want to come there. So that would have been worrying to me, but I would have liked to see like a young offensive mind like that, but I guess that is what Brady is, right?
Yeah.
That was my initial reaction. With his press conference, I really liked that he talked about Sean so glowingly. I thought that was great. He gave him a lot of credit, which I thought was really classy.
Mm-hmm.
You can also tell the guy's passionate. I mean, he's a passionate dude.
Yeah.
Very excited. I kind of enjoy. I liked that he got choked up. I thought that was endearing to me. It means a lot to him, which is great.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize how tall the guy was. Holy crap, he's like towering over Bean. But I liked what he said in the press conference. I'm interested to hear what you guys think about that word alignment was thrown around a lot. I don't know if you noticed that, but that was like the buzzword during the press conference. But so I've softened to it. chewing on it more, seeing what the other hires are across the league. Joe's a little bit more of a proven commodity. It's not quite as much change. I think that's good for Josh. And I think it was cool, too, to hear how Josh had a say in things, but I didn't get the feeling, I don't know about you guys, I didn't get the feeling that Josh made this hire or anything.
Right.
There's some pundits out there, they're like, oh, Josh, this is Josh's guy.
Yeah.
I don't think that was the case. But I've softened on it. What about you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. It's like you could take this so many different directions. Like it's going to be hard to kind of sum up all the reactions and different sides of things. But same kind of thing. I think instant reaction. It was more like should have known. Why was I getting my hopes up or veering off that they're going to get someone that's classic kind of Bills sort of complacent in-house type things. They love to. We need a lineman. Let's grab Shaq Lawson. We need a receiver. Let's get Gabe Davis back. And nothing like, I'm not saying no disrespect to any of those guys. It's just a very Bills-like move. And I'm like, I shouldn't have been shocked by it. So I thought that's why Dable was my number one, though, because I thought, okay, in-house before.
Okay.
I think it's softened on me a little bit more seeing how, and of course we knew a lot of staff was going to be changing. When McDermott leaves, it's not just going to be McDermott and someone new. It's a coach and their whole staff, that kind of thing. So that is expected. But I like some of the hires that they're doing and stuff. It's going to be, it's not going to be the same thing. But it shocked me just because, like we said, it's with their reasoning and their decision doesn't really quite align, even though they're trying to talk about this alignment, like you're saying, just if you really truly wanted a new scheme, then it's like not quite the right hire if that's really what your main reason was. But on the same token, most first-year coaches don't all of a sudden just boom. I mean, that's very rare kind of thing, especially new coordinators. So Joe Brady's going to be calling the play still. I think there's a stat out there that no first-time play caller in that team ever wins the Super Bowl their first year. It's usually a few years kind of thing and stuff like that. So, if you get a new play caller, new offensive play caller, because someone else comes up for your big coach, then if that stat keeps going on, then next year is going to be not a Super Bowl, which is like, okay, then how is that an upgrade from Sean if we're losing in the same kind of round? So it's going to be interesting. We can all have our thoughts on it, but all that it's going to come down to is if next year in the postseason, can they get a little bit further to make it worth it? Because, I mean, if they lose in the wild card, you're going to look back and say, okay, well, not a great kind of choice and things. But, I don't know about you guys. I got to a point where once Sean was at his kind of, this is the 9th season or whatever, I'm like, okay, he's probably here to stay there, win it within the long haul, for the good or for worse. And I thought Bean would have been the first to go. We talked about that earlier. And they're doing a lot of interviews right now, a lot of, doing a lot of talk shows and stuff. And not my most favorite thing. I don't really like when, a lot of the people do that. They like to just put a lot of the media and the whatever narrative they want to pay, they want to put that on the team. It's like, I don't want that to get even worse and more pressure on Allen and all that kind of crap.
Right.
And just the way Bean kind of handles himself, I don't love it. It's just very, if you don't agree with me, I don't care. Screw that. Like, he just is really just kind of standoffish that way. But I do like how Brady is handling the new role and getting, like you said, getting choked up and emotional about things. His passion's there. Definitely more of a player's coach. I thought about all of my basketball coaches and tennis coaches in the past, and there's a different vibe when it's a player's coach versus it's someone different. There's pros and cons of each. Yeah. I hope for a lot of the guys it will actually be nice. And I think we've heard, Alec Anderson and Spencer Brown both talk about how he's already felt that you can kind of really be yourself. And not that they probably couldn't as much for Sean, but it was more of a, strict demeanor. And this is what we're doing. Here are the details and don't screw up kind of thing. And I think they're going to expect the same professional ability, but not so maybe strict in that way. Just kind of a different style of coaching. And sorry, I don't mean to keep going on, but it's a new change. It softened me up more about it. I think at first I was a little disappointed seeing how the staff's going right now. My favorite hire has been the Jim Leonard defensive coordinator. That's been honestly out of Joe Brady head coach. Every single hire we've done, that's been my favorite so far. So,
Jamie, what do you think? Like, who are you circling? Because Jameson said Brian Daboll, but was there someone that was kind of your front runner that you wanted?
I kind of wanted Kubiak. I just thought I liked what he did with Darnold, and I just wanted somebody young. Somebody different. I'm joining with you guys in that same take. Those are great takes, and I was very shocked. But then I was thinking to myself, do I want someone with a Super Bowl experience?
Yeah.
Like the Pittsburgh hire guy. I can't think of his name right now.
McCarthy.
Yeah. So I mean, would I want McCarthy? No. Has he won a Super Bowl? Yes. I mean, like
Right.
you kind of want that experience, but and so I was kind of toiling back and forth. I was pretty like shocked about the whole Brady sign, but then I started like I was, you know, he's young, he's fiery. I kind of liked it. I kind of liked his rawness a little bit. I felt like Sean,
Yeah.
you didn't quite know. I could not quite figure out Sean. I feel like he was always like kind of hiding, not hiding something, but he wasn't
Yeah.
showing his
He was
true self.
guarded.
He was
Yeah.
guarded, and he was very,
Yeah.
very careful with his words. And I understand that. And Joe seems to be very like open about it. He's even like apologized on something he might have said that with whatever that is. And I'm kind of like I kind of like that. I give the guy a little grace or see what happens. But James, I'm with you. I wanted that Jim Leonard signing so bad. We got two really good guys from Denver, which stole from Sean Payton, but I loved
Yeah.
it because Joe was, I think, targeting that from his days in New Orleans. And Pete Carmichael, I believe, was an OC back with Sean Payton when the Saints won their Super Bowl title. I believe. I'm not totally sure on that, but I think he brought him on board, which I think is a fantastic hire.
That is correct, and he didn't.
Is
call
that
play.
correct?
Sean
Okay.
Payton called play still, which is the same thing is going on
So
now.
that's the same thing's going to go on. I mean, I don't know how it's all going to work, but I really think I'm more encouraged by the people that are surrounding Joe. I didn't realize the importance of all those kind of
Yeah.
those kind of guys. So I really like that. So yeah, that's my take overall.
I wonder what you guys think about this. Do you think, seeing what the hirings have been and how they've moved forward, do you almost feel like being in Pagula, we're pinning it on the defense and said the defense wasn't there, and if the defense was there, we would have won? That's the feeling I get, because we're going. I mean, this is a pretty big difference in the defense.
I know.
Sean was always keep it in front of you, tighten at the
Yes.
red zone. Leonard is like attack, go for sacks, more of that Denver type defense, which is
Yeah.
a really good defense. I'm curious what you guys think about that. I've been thinking about that more. I almost feel like that's what they're signaling here. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it's weird. It's like I kind of like how Jim Leonard was going to bring in totally new and stuff. I don't. Did you guys see what Jarrett Hughes posted on Twitter and stuff like that thing?
Yeah, that was
Which is
great.
very interesting to me. Where it's like,
Very interesting.
and that's why he didn't come back or even considered doing anything like that. He's like, I can't. For those if you're watching, they just pretty much said like after that 13-second kind of playing the bend don't break and the cushion defense, the whole playing the whole field when they got 3 timeouts and stuff like that. It's like just he's like I can't. How am I supposed to fight and be passionate about that when that's going to happen and stuff? And it's pretty raw right there response from a defensive player and things. And I'm looking back now, it's like, yeah, I kind of wish you would have pulled the trigger after that, because it seems kind of inexcusable now, but he made some good adjustments after and things. But yeah, it shouldn't be quite on the defense, in my opinion. We had a solid unit this year with not a lot of talent. And, what are we in the playoffs now? 0-for-3 in overtime. And out of all of those, we had the ball with a chance to win on offense. Josh he's 1-for-5 on postseason, drives to win the game. It's like, is it really all on the defense when, at times, most of the time we've actually had the ball. The only time we got them blown out and the defense really gave up a lot was the first AFC Championship game against the Chiefs in 2020. And it's like, I don't know. I don't like the whole point of it. It's not all on offense, all on defense, but I don't think they're almost trying to paint it too much that it was.
You wonder,
on
though,
the
I mean,
defense.
if you look at some of our D-line over the years, they have not performed.
No.
And a couple of them recently, I've been kind of looking into. One was Puna Ford. You remember how he was here for about a year. and Tim Settle, they both went to teams and they've been really good.
Mhm.
And like Leonard Floyd and some other people. Leonard Floyd did well for us too, but it's interesting. I just wonder if the scheme kind of dictates that and it doesn't allow them to. I mean, our sack numbers haven't been great. So you wonder. I'm with you guys with the hire for Leonard. I was really excited about that. Plus, he took it over. It sounded like he had several opportunities.
Yeah.
Besides us, so I like that a lot. So
I think
that point you made about the rush too.
Yeah.
Like, think about Bain's draft picks. How much of the draft capital and money he spent on defense this past offseason?
I know.
I mean,
It was
pretty
the
much
whole
everything
draft.
besides like Palmer and
it was
like
the whole
it's like,
draft. Yeah.
and yeah, it's like so is there the talent was there, so it's like yeah, does that go more to coaching things? So now if you continue to have this kind of system of bringing players in, but then with a new scheme, is that going to help that? Which would be maybe great for the defense. I think the defense is going to look totally different this year, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah.
But I'm still concerned how Bean views the receiver group and things. And that I feel like we could maybe talk about that for a little bit, guys, because I don't. He's mentioned, and Joe Brady's mentioned that they're still going to be run heavy, pretty much. They got Cook and they're trying to keep the offensive line together, but they spent a lot of money on Palmer and Samuel. And what have they done? The time we had, I can think of a Samuel touchdown in the playoffs, and this year Palmer. But take that one catch away from Atlanta, and I can't think of another.
I can't think of a game.
Now. It's like, so why are you paying this guy almost $40 million when non-existent? So I don't. So Bean's made some poor choices there, and I think he needs to own up to stuff and really go after someone, or no, I'm not saying trade up, but try to really scout some of these receivers in this next group. I've heard it's not the most. It's really top talent heavy, but not crazy everything else. But you can find people anywhere. I don't think Shakir was lined up to be a top prospect either. But they got to find a solution here because it shows that Josh is going to need people to throw to, and I'm tired of no one being open when it's in the position.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you guys' thoughts on there or what they should do, but
Go ahead, Jim.
Well, it's so hard because I don't think we have a lot to work with. And if you're gonna change the scheme, I'm wondering if Leonard's looking at our defensive right now and he's just like, okay, I think I can work with the guys that we have. But I agree with you. If we need someone to pressure the quarterback for the love of Pete without blitzing. We need someone to get to the quarterback. Okay, Bo Nix was back there all day long. I don't want to rehash that again though, but I'm like, how many times do we have to go through this where, maybe we don't put Josh in that, because I'm with you, James. Like, we have the offense that has the ball at the last part. Like, why do we have to have that moment happen? Why can't we be up 27-10 and we can just run the ball, run the clock out because our defense sacked Burrow, sacked Nix 3 times. Like what the Patriots did to Stroud, even though Stroud was terrible. Like, why can't we have that? And just I don't think it's going to take much, but we need a defensive guy. We need a defensive.
You make a great point because, like, if you're not going to have if you're not going to have a Rams or a Bengals type where you got these big wideouts in quarterback, and you're really going to focus on maybe 50% running, 50% passing, let Josh do his thing in the right moments, but then you got to have a stingy, like, elite defense to pair with that. Because you look at the Bengals, you can have all the top talent you want, they ain't going anywhere.
Right.
Seahawks, and Rams have kind of lucked out with the kind of Puka and some of these young guys that don't have to pay yet. But their defenses are truly, elite. Patriots, they're quick rise because they've drafted so well. Their defense is so good where, they can focus. Because we have Cook in our offensive line. You know how good this team would be if we had, like, the Seahawks defense.
Oh, my goodness.
So good. So that's an argument there. It's like, with this new scheme, do you just go defense heavy again? I don't know. Interesting.
Well, I think one of the priorities, I would re-sign Brandon Cooks today. I loved what he brought to the team. Yeah. I know he had a couple bad things happen. Obviously, that last one was a catch. But, man, I loved what he brought. And I felt like him and Josh are starting to click. I really did. I looked up real quick our pending free agents. And it's just kind of a scary list. So I want to go over it real quick with you guys and see what you think.
I'm glad, because I'd like to hear it.
So these are our unrestricted free agents, okay? Bosa, because remember, he came in on a 1-year deal.
Oh, yeah.
Daquan Jones, probably our most consistent D tackle because he was not injured as much.
Right.
Connor McGovern, that's a big one.
That's a big one.
Ogunjobi, who has been here for a cup of coffee so far. Milano, Epineza, Trey White, David Edwards, another offensive lineman. Trubisky, DeMar, Reggie Gilliam. That's a huge one. You got to re-sign him. He was.
Oh my goodness! Absolutely.
Cam Lewis, Shaq Thompson, not as much impact. Prater. So we got to figure out if our main kicker's coming back or not. Poyer, which I doubt he's gonna. I'm guessing he's gonna retire again.
Yeah.
Our punter, Brandon Cooks, and then restricted free agents, Alec Anderson and Ryan Vandemark. So basically our whole offensive line. So
Wow.
and we're still projected. Well, the cap went up, I guess. They just recently were talking about that, but we were projected
still
to be
negative,
over the
right?
cap. So
Yeah.
I think with the new cap number, we're not projected to be over, but that's a lot of names.
That's a lot of names.
It's a lot of names. So
I know Knox has been thrown around too of like they can either sign his extension or they can let him go, and that would save you like whatever 8 to 10 million. It's like love the guy, fan favorite type thing, but man, there's some tough decisions. Yeah, it's a lot of changes coming to Buffalo.
I think Shakir is under contract, which is great. I would Curtis Samuel experiment. See ya. Not interested anymore.
Yeah,
I agree.
Palmer, I felt like he was never healthy since he's gotten there. So I'd like to see a full year, but he just doesn't impress me. He's not a game record to me. I just don't see anybody in our team that's like, if I'm 3rd and 10 and I need somebody to go get it, I don't know. Do you guys have anybody that?
I mean, there's a reason why we had 3 Pro Bowlers. I mean, did we have any first team? Was Cook first team? Cook
might have been, but
I think even with all I know Ray Davis is an All Pro and stuff, but no All Pros, no Pro Bowls. Remember they showed on the graphic in the Broncos we had 3 Pro Bowlers. Broncos defense had 8. Like it's like
8. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, if teams realize if they shut Cook down, force Allen to make some stuff happen. A lot of times he can do it, but they don't got the talent on the outside. We're gonna just play up. We're gonna play right up on the line of scrimmage on your receivers because they can't blow by us. They're not fast enough, and they're not like it's like it's really the Bills have put themselves in a interesting position. I think they built this up over the McDermott kind of overseeing things stuff like that. So I hope it doesn't take a long time for them to kind of develop a lot of cycles of new players and stuff, but they put themselves in a weird situation, and it's, I don't know.
We're in a tough spot at linebacker too.
I know.
Yeah.
Milano's getting older. Bernard, I just don't know. He's undersized.
Yeah.
Out of the position group, who's our most solid? Like, who's the most one that we're feel confident about, and we got under contract?
Well, not Shaq Thompson because he was.
Shaq Thompson was great.
Yeah,
but he's older now.
Right.
Yes.
It's like,
I know.
I loved how he played. He was.
There's no group we have. I mean, you just said Trey White was a pending free agent, so I was going to say cornerback maybe. with Max and Trey White and another. But then even he's
the draft's a good linebacker group, I guess. You might see Bean take a linebacker. I just hope he doesn't move up to try to get anybody because I don't want to waste a pick on that. But it might happen. I don't know. Tone, on that list, who are 3 people that you'd like to sign right now, real quick?
Cooks, big one. I mean, I thought McGovern was great.
I thought he was too.
So I'd re-sign him. Gosh, man, it's tough.
I know.
Reggie Gilliam, dude.
I know.
He should have been a Pro Bowl fullback.
Yeah.
He was awesome.
Yeah.
So those are the 3 I think out of those that I'm like, you have to re-sign them. You got to do it.
Yeah.
Ogunjobi, I could care less if he comes or goes. I'm excited that Hoyt will be hopefully good to go.
Yeah, if he gets back.
Full year. He's exciting to me.
It was exciting.
Epinesa is one of those guys that like what do you guys think about Epinesa? I'm just underwhelmed. I'm underwhelmed by him. I'm underwhelmed by Rousseau.
Yeah,
And those are guys that
Bosa,
Bills will re-sign though. Like Epinesa would be a guy that they
I
want.
know.
They listen to Rousseau. Rousseau just got such. We just can talk about that. Like so much money. It's like
Send him.
I'd give Rousseau up for 2 other young guys that we could pay that money to. I
Absolutely.
would. It's like, yeah,
I
don't want them
felt
to be
like though
complacent about
Epinesa
it.
made more splash plays than Rousseau did.
I know.
He did. I mean,
That's
he made
crazy.
big plays.
Yes.
And he made some dumb plays too. He took some bad penalties, but
Yeah.
I don't know. He just had a knack for the ball, which I loved. I would say I'd also like to talk through what do we feel good about, because I really like Deion Walker.
I know.
I thought he was good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big
that's-
boy. I mean,
that's a
the
great-
batted passes. I loved that.
No,
I
he was
loved
good.
that element. He was really good.
He was good.
Who's our secondary guy? The safety.
Cole Bishop.
Cole. He's exciting. He's like a young. He's good. Like
That was
he
a nice
really
highlight. That was a nice
improved.
highlight. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a lot better. Really excited about him. But then you have like Ed Oliver. It's like,
I know.
okay, you see flashes, you're like, holy crap, he's amazing, and then he's gone for 3 games.
Yeah.
I just there's no game records. Benford's great, like great, but man, we don't. On paper, we don't have a great roster.
We gotta Bain really needs to step it up here these next couple of drafts. I mean, I'm looking, and there's always hindsight's always 20/20 kind of thing. But I mean, and I love Dawson Knox, and I got one of his jersey kind of thing. But you guys, I'm like, do you remember the interview with Max Crosby? And Crosby said the Bills were really high on him, and they were going to draft him. They did a lot of pre-game stuff, and he was ready to go, and he wanted to play for Buffalo, and they took Knox instead. And it's like, I would take Crosby over Knox at that point. It's like, I mean, what if you had Crosby for the last 8 years now? It's like,
Right.
you just gotta hit on those guys that you really prepare for, and you need. It's like, and game records are hard to come by these times. I mean, like one torn ACL, and like a Marcus Parsons, he's gone.
Yeah,
TJ Watt had like 0 pressures his final 5 games. Like he was. I mean, Myles Garrett is the biggest one probably last year. So it's hard to come by. I know. It's just you can't have a lot of our position groups. I just feel like it's a lot of average mid rotation type players for a lot of teams, and we just have like abundance of them.
yeah.
And it's kind of funny because even though you feel like you have that, we have one injury and we're like, oh, we're screwed. So like, why? I don't get the logic. So it's frustrating to me. But positives wise, I really do. I think we're heading a good spot. I think, and Josh looks like he'll be ready to go for the next, OTs and stuff like that. And I think, lost stings and stuff, but the guys seem motivated for a new coach, and I think it's going to be, new stadium. It's going to be so fun. What's probably keeping me at bay too is the Sabres playing so good right now as well.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, that
after those hard break, there's like nothing to look forward to, but now this year it's a little fun to do that. But
that's very true.
Do you think Bean is? We'll finish with this. Do you think Bean is being aggressive enough? Do you think he'll be aggressive? Do you think he'll? I feel like he's got a lot of weight on his shoulders now. I feel like there's going to be a big spotlight on him. Do you think he's going to be aggressive this draft, you guys?
by aggressive, you mean like trade up, or do
You mean
Yes.
draft or free agents? Both?
Both. What's the temperature
Go ahead,
you feeling
James.
for Bean?
We'll have to do a podcast when we see more like the pre-draft and kind of free agency, how it kind of looms out
Yeah.
to be. We can't. I mean, like I don't know how things work. I'm not a GM, but like I don't think who's the top receiver free agent. Pickens is probably the top one. Would he be the top one?
Brown?
I don't think AJ Brown's a free agent though. I'm thinking that's the only
is
thing I
he
was
not?
thinking. But I don't think he
okay.
is. But maybe he is. I don't know.
Well,
I could-
Devontae, is he signed to a couple years? He might.
Yeah,
be
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe let's go with Pickens thing. Like just
Yeah.
with his
Pickens might be the
contract,
top.
could they even do that? Like I almost feel like you got to do a trade if you want to make. I don't think you can just sign it unless there's ways you can do stuff. I know a lot of future guarantee stuff maybe, but I really can't see him doing a splash like that. Maybe a trade for I don't know. I'm trying to think of like a level that they would maybe go to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it'd be enough where you'd call it aggressive, if that makes sense.
I understand.
And I don't think he's going to draft up either. I think he realizes that we have a lot of Paulson. He just needs to hit on some of these picks. I mean, you can't go what's the one team that just fired the Vikings? They just fired their GM, and he's been there for 4 years. He didn't draft a single Pro Bowler in the 4 or 5 years he was there.
That's
got fired.
tough.
And they had a 14-win season the one time. So it's like,
yeah, he should.
It's So I don't know. I don't think he'll be as aggressive as what people want to be. I think people want to go crazy and trade for Justin Jefferson or something like that. He's not gonna. I don't think he does that.
The scary part to me is that we find some gems in later rounds, but we don't hit on the top picks.
Yeah.
Besides Josh, and Bean's been riding that wave since 20.
I know.
It's like a one-hit wonder for him. It's just
we hit Trey White, but that was before he was there. You know what I'm saying? That was a Doug Whaley pick. So what concerns me a little bit is how much Bean throws up the whole thing about Josh's contract and how it's kind of a hindrance. But I don't know if you guys saw any of this stuff. There's many teams with bigger hits on contracts from quarterbacks who are spending.
Yes.
So don't hide behind that.
There's no excuse.
I don't like that excuse, dude. Make it happen.
Yes.
I feel like I look at the Rams this past year, right? They went and got Devontae. They went and got him. It's like, why don't we do that?
Yeah.
Go for it. If you really think we're that close, go get a game-changer player. Just do it.
And I don't know if he has that ego where it's he doubles down and he's like, no, our receiver group's good enough. It's look at our offensive stats. Well, half that is from Cook and our offensive line and Allen being Allen. It's not because of our weapons outside.
Yeah. And I think he says, I tried to get Waddle. I tried. I was aggressive, but I didn't want to lose my 2 round picks or whatever it was. Well, he feels like maybe he is being aggressive, but
yeah, but it was the year of the pick, right? It's the year of the pick. That's all it was.
Dolphins won in 2026 and
first
he says
2027. Right. It was the year. It's like
come
what
on.
What matters? Just go do it.
Yes.
I mean, we're drafting late in the first round anyway. Yeah. We're almost in the second round.
Every year because we're going to keep being good. Yeah, exactly.
8 years in a row. You know what I mean? 7 years in a row. Exactly.
You can't.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think he needs to learn from his first draft where he got aggressive to move down to get Josh. That was amazing. And look at what happened. So go be aggressive. You might as well swing. He's got to know that he's gone. If he has a couple bad drafts,
he said that. I think he said in an interview. He said he's like, if I make the wrong decision, I'm the Joe Brady. I think it was more Joe Brady, but he said if I make the wrong decision, he's like, I know they come from my head. It's like I know I'm gone. He's like, so yeah, no, I think he does know that, and I think you're right. I want him to go down swinging if he's gonna go down. You know,
maybe it'll free him up. Maybe he'll be more shooting from the hip. Maybe that'll be good because I feel like right now he's very much like I got to manage the cap, and he's like a very fiscally responsible person, and that's great. But
I know.
Come on, guys, let's be aggressive. And, I will say this shift to Joe Brady, Jim Leonard, I feel like we're kind of going in more aggressive. It's going to be less conservative. I like it. Let's go for it. Yeah. It matches Josh's personality. So
yeah.
Hey,
I think it is,
way to close that off, Tone. That's an awesome point. That's totally good. Thanks for swinging that around in a positive way there.
That was good. Yeah. Fans have a lot to look forward to. We're it's going to be a new change, but it's going to be
I agree, guys.
I think it's positive too, and the new stadium's going to be amazing. Like by the first game, we're going to forget about all the stuff, and it's going to be exciting. I could even get excited about Keon with a new season. I really could. Who knows what can happen?
Yeah.
Joe Brady said the best thing for Keon was that he got hired as the coach. So let's see. Let's see.
How
man.
cool is that?
Imagine if Coleman comes around, he's still got Shakir and Kincaid's healthy. And then we draft maybe a mid-range receiver who ends up being a little diamond, like a Lam McConkey or Puka in the 4th round. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm not as good as Puka, but something anywhere close to that. I mean, that's solid food now.
Anything close to that.
You know what I mean?
Awesome. Yeah.
So a few picks can change the whole course. We'll see.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, guys. This is the Bills Faithful Podcast. Here for another awesome takes, guys. Great job tonight. And catch us on YouTube and subscribe if you could. And we'll catch you on the next one, number 16, coming up soon.
There we go.
Go Bills.
Go Bills. Let's go.